Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. A new narrative has dropped. I repeat, a new narrative has dropped. Name me another manager in world football that has made a World Cup semi-final, a World Cup quarter-final, and 2 Euro finals within the last 6 years. I think the gravity of the situation is starting to kick in for the Southgate detractors. I'm so sorry if this offends anyone, but after doing my own independent research and looking into the cold hard facts, I've come to the realization that he actually can keep getting away with it. England are through to the finals of Euro 2024. Was there ever any doubt? Hello everyone, hope we're all doing well. I'm Tinashe, welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about Southgate, the Netherlands match, as well as England's chances against Spain. Remember when England were seconds away from being knocked out of the tournament against Slovakia? Well, that was almost 2 weeks ago. Since then, England have gone a goal down against each and every single one of their opponents and somehow managed to fight their way back to win the match outright. It's quite remarkable if you ask me. I've definitely been guilty of calling it luck. But can you really call something luck if it keeps happening so consistently? Technically, yes. Look, all I'm saying is that someone at airport customs needs to check Southgate's luggage for suspicious items. Maybe one of these, perhaps. Just think, in an alternate universe, things could have gone very differently. All it took to change the timeline was Sam Allardyce forgetting to check the room for wires. A rookie mistake. Quick recap, Big Sam Allardyce was appointed as England manager back in July of 2016. Now, shortly after being appointed as manager, he was secretly recorded during a meeting with a group of Asian investors, except they were actually undercover Telegraph journalists. He said that the FA's billion-pound revamp of Wembley was a waste of money. He mocked Roy Hodgson, the person that he succeeded, for his lack of personality, and he claimed that there were several ways to circumvent the FA's rules of third-party ownership of image rights. He was sacked after 1 game in charge, and Southgate stepped in as caretaker. It's been 8 years. And while his methods may cause physical pain to many of those that watch, god damn it, he gets results. He is England's most successful manager at major tournaments, just based on the amount of games that he's won, not counting silverware, of course. But that does say something. Anyway, let's get on to the football. Netherlands first. It's almost like all of our prayers were answered simultaneously with this one, because this was by far England's best performance of the entire tournament. The first half, at the very least. Just like France, England saved their best performance for this round. But England got the good result. They were dynamic, they were switching up the play here and there, they even took a couple of risks. I saw Kyle Walker deliver a couple of cross-field diagonals. But then again, the only reason we got this version of England was because they were reacting to their most common trigger, going a goal down. Thank the Pope it happened in the 7th minute though. Xavi Simons bursts into England's final third like a man possessed, dispossesses Declan Rice, and unleashes a strike with so much power that he falls over. An unbelievable hit, and just what we needed to make sure we had a game on our hands. The Netherlands started off extremely strong in this match. It was clear that their overarching tactic was to disrupt England's harmony in possession and force the game open. But what this ended up doing was force England to attack. A bit of a double-edged sword. Despite the giveaway for the goal, Declan Rice recovered well. Kobbie Mainoo was his usual stellar self, gliding through the midfield, creating chances for Foden out of nothing. Foden had his best game of the Euro as well. I thought that the Dumfries challenge that led to the pen was a foul, not intentionally malicious at all, but still dangerous. Kane did what he does best. Like Declan Rice, Dumfries had an early mistake, but also like Rice, he bounced back really well. He was very busy in this match. I would actually say that Dumfries was the Netherlands' standout player. Had a goal line clearance versus Foden and even hit the crossbar on the other end of the pitch. I wish I had more to say about the Netherlands, but I don't. They mostly resigned to sitting back and soaking up pressure when England really got into their groove. I guess it's a bit of a testament to how England controlled the game overall. But it also meant England had 65% possession at the end of the first half. Losing Depay to injury certainly didn't help, because what that essentially meant was that Cody Gakpo was left up top by himself and kinda stranded. Coman did make some good substitutions though to keep things in check, but the real difference makers were England's subs. Palmer on for Foden, one of the guys that made it impossible for him to get into a Man City starting lineup, and Ollie Watkins for Harry Kane. Regardless of how you feel about him, we all have to heap praise on Gareth Southgate for this next move. Ivan Toney was probably the one who most of us thought that he should bring on if he wanted to change things around here. Already battle proven, and he's come in clutch for them every time they've needed him in this tournament so far. But instead, Southgate decided to look to a player that only had 22 minutes so far in the championship. A bold call. Bold in the context of this tournament, at the very least. Ollie Watkins is an incredible player. 27 goals and 13 assists for Aston Villa in last season's Premier League. Last night, he pressed relentlessly, he was extremely sharp, and most importantly, he moves completely unlike Harry Kane. As the game progressed, the Dutch kinda lost the plot. England were helped tremendously by the fact that they inexplicably decided to give them all the space they wanted in behind. Palmer and Watkins exploited that perfectly. 90th minute, almost out of nowhere, Palmer threads it through, and what a finish by Watkins. It was perfect. I've seen him do it before for Villa, but this is a whole different stage. A lot of people woke up conflicted today, wondering if they got this Southgate guy all wrong. Watkins says he swears on his life that he told Cole Palmer that he would set him up for the winner before they came on the field. It doesn't really matter if he made that story up or not, because listen man, that's what happened. They're in the final. A third straight comeback win in the knockouts for England in this tournament. You get the feeling that they're kind of inevitable, don't you? Wait a minute. Is that Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank as England's assistant coach? Isn't he Dutch? Never mind, that's none of my business. For all of his faults, we have to give it up for Southgate. He's now gotten to 2 Euro finals back to back, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I think he has a good chance to take it home. Spain are the favorites to win this tournament. I don't think you're gonna get too much in terms of arguments when it comes to that fact. I posted a video yesterday where I talked about how they've been cooking, and for good reason too. They're on the top of so many metrics when it comes to team performances, it's quite silly. But do not count out this English side. After all, it is quite easy to count them out. Despite the fact that they've made it to the finals, there are a lot of negatives to go with this team still. They play quite slowly, they don't use all their God-given gifts to the fullest of extents, and compared to Spain, they've had a pretty easy route to the finals. They've played Serbia, Denmark, Slovenia, Slovakia, Switzerland, and the Netherlands. None of these teams, bar the Netherlands in 7th, are currently in the top 19 ranked teams on the planet based on FIFA rankings. Switzerland is 19th. Compare that to Spain, who've played Italy, Croatia, Albania, Georgia, Germany, and France. The only teams that aren't in FIFA's top 10 of that group are Georgia, Albania, and Germany. And Spain have pretty much rocked all of their opponents. Ironically, only finding real trouble against Germany, who are 16th. And just by the way, if you are thinking about match fixing or, selective match selection, blame Belgium and France for not topping their groups instead of England for getting a good route. Regardless, indeed, this England side has been quite lucky, and they have relied on specific moments from superstar players, often against the run of play. Take Bellingham's wonder goal against Slovakia, or Saka's wonder goal against Switzerland. But maybe that's where their true power lies. They look crap and then all of a sudden, boom, they're right back in the game and turned it on its head. So what are England's chances against Spain? Both England and Spain love to hog the ball. They've both recorded roughly 58% possession stats across the tournament, but Spain do move the ball significantly quicker. In terms of technicality, they're both stellar. All the same, I do see Spain being the more direct and aggressive of the two and really taking the game to them. England do have the personnel to match them and match their tempo, but I don't think that they will. Because it's a final, I can definitely see them going back into their shell and not taking too many risks, not going blow for blow because of how high the stakes are. Then again, Spain are kind of in the same boat. We could just as easily see them not being willing to take too many risks either. Against France, they took the lead and kept attacking, which I can see happening again. But then again, because it is a final. Do you guys hear that? There were birds chirping outside my window. Go away! We're gonna have to deal with that. But then again, because it is a final, I can definitely see Spain scoring a goal potentially and then withdrawing. The only thing about that is that the only time they've done that in this tournament so far was against Germany when they were protecting that 1-0 lead, and Germany broke through and scored that equalizer. If this were a semi or a quarterfinal when the pressure is high, but definitely not as high, I can definitely see Spain suffocating England as they did against France and coming away with the win. But because it's not, because of all the reasons that I've just mentioned, and because of the fact that I want to be a contrarian, England win on penalties. Let's go 4-2 to England on pens. The English side of my family may never walk again. By the way, this next bit has absolutely nothing to do with England or Spain or the European continent at all, but I have to share it because I just read it and it's hilarious. I guess we'll call this section of the video the News from Around the World segment. Drake bet $300,000 that his native Canada would beat Argentina in the Copa America semi-final. This was never gonna happen. But we can't fault him for being patriotic in his own kind of way. Or, for betting the money that Stake gave him to bet. Argentina cruised past Canada and posted "not like us" on their official Instagram page. That's tough. It's very, very tough. And there we have it. Let me know what you guys think about the Euros. Give me all your Euro predictions in the comments. That's all for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you're having a great day. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.